What's up guys, just Josh here. So today I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on some pretty recent metal news that broke a couple days ago. Pantera is going to be quote unquote reuniting for a tour in 2023. So it's going to feature Pantera's surviving members Phil Anselmo and Rex Brown on vocals and bass respectively, and then Zakk Wylde from Black Label Society, Ozzy Osbourne fame on guitar, filling in for Dimebag Darrell, and then Charlie Benante of Anthrax filling in for Vinnie Paul on drums, which is a pretty solid lineup. I think if anybody can fill in for Dime, it would be Zakk Wylde. Although there's a couple things, Zakk Wylde doesn't use a whammy bar, so unless he uses a whammy bar for this tour, he won't be able to pull off those classic Dime squeals or dive bombs that he did with the whammy bar, especially not Cemetery Gates. But honestly, they won't even touch Cemetery Gates. Phil's voice is not there anymore for that higher stuff. I mean, he said he had to strain back then to get that note to get those notes at the end of Cemetery Gates. There's no possible way he could do it now, and that's fine. I'm sure they'll just play the more brutal songs like the stuff off Far Beyond and Trendkill, and obviously the hits like Walk, Fucking Hostile, maybe This Love. Maybe Phil could do This Love. I don't know, man. But I did see a couple days ago that Phil played Unbroken with Down and Zakk Wylde on guitar. And that sounded solid. You know, Zakk sounded pretty good. He was able to pull off the solo pretty well. But yeah, man. People seem to be really split on this. Some people say it's a cash grab, it's a horrible idea. Other people say, like, it's cool for the younger people who haven't seen Pantera. Which I agree with that. Obviously, it will never be the same without Dime and Vinnie. You cannot have a true Pantera reunion without Dime and Vinnie. But I do agree that this would be a cool thing for the younger people, like myself, who have not seen Pantera. Obviously, I mean, I was born in 2001. Pantera broke up 2 years later. And even in 2001, I think for that whole stretch from 2001 to 2003, they barely played any shows. Like, the band was pretty much over at that point. So, yeah. Obviously, Pantera was a bit before my time, but I love Pantera. They're one of my favorite bands, man. Those 5 albums, classic. I haven't touched the first 4, like the more glam metal albums. Haven't really cared to touch those. It's all about cowboys through reinventing. Everybody knows that. But yeah, I think this is a cool thing for the younger people who haven't seen Pantera. Obviously, it won't be the same. But to address the people that think that this is a money grab on Phil Anselmo's part, I really don't agree that it's a money grab. I will concede that having it under the Pantera name is not the best idea. Like, Phil has been doing Pantera songs with his band, Phil Anselmo and the Illegals, for a while. And I've seen a couple clips. They've sounded pretty solid. They call it a vulgar display of Pantera, which is cool. I think he could have formed this band with Rex Brown, Zakk Wylde, and Charlie Benante under a different name, named after a Pantera song, like maybe Mouth for War, Drag the Waters, Domination, something else like that. Having it under the actual Pantera name, I don't think is the best idea, especially not as far as the Everett Brothers are concerned. Because, let's face it, the Everett Brothers, if they were still alive, would most likely not want Pantera to reunite in any fashion. Like, there was a small glimmer of hope before 2004, but right when 2004 happened, in December of 2004, and Dime unfortunately got murdered on stage, yeah, all hope for a Pantera reunion pretty much died after that, because Vinnie Paul blamed Phil for Dime's death because of some comments that Phil made, saying how he could beat the shit out of Dime if he wanted to. Somebody needs to beat him severely or something along those lines. I don't think Phil really meant it, but it doesn't matter. What happened happened, and Vinnie blamed Phil for that forever, until the rest of his life, until he died in 2018. He would constantly shoot the question of a Pantera reunion down in interviews. He would even, like, straight up dismiss it, like, don't talk about Phil, don't talk about Pantera. It's pretty sad. So yeah, especially Vinnie would not want a Pantera reunion. But like I said, they should have done this under a different name, named after Pantera's song, like Mouth for War, Drag the Waters of Domination, or something like that, man. But yeah, regardless, guys, I'm pretty 50-50 on this too. I can see how it would be a good idea for the younger generation of Pantera fans like myself, who like the band, love the band. I've been listening for a while, but Pantera was just a little bit before their time, and they didn't get to see them. And then I also agree that it's kind of disrespectful to the Abbott brothers to use the actual Pantera name. I do believe that Phil has good intentions. I do believe that Phil is again trying to clear his name and trying to pay tribute to the Abbott brothers, but he's been doing that with Phil Anselmo and the Illegals. I really don't know why he had to actually use the Pantera name for this tour, but needless to say, if they come around my area, I'll go see them. Why not? And I'm sure that a bunch of people who are dissing this decision are gonna cave in and go see him as well. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Zakk Wylde is probably the best option you could have as a fill-in for Dimebag. I've also seen Ola England's name mentioned as a potential fill-in for Dime. That's also a very solid decision. Obviously, Ola England's a massive Dimebag fan. He owns countless Dimebag guitars. He's done some great Pantera covers. He would have been a good option too. And Charlie Benante's, I would say, a pretty decent fill-in for Vinny as well. But anyways, I'm not going to ramble any further. Just let me know what you guys think of this reunion, quote-unquote, down in the comments below. Are you going to go see, quote-unquote, Pantera if they come around your area? I know I probably will. And like I said, I'm split 50-50 on this. I can see why it's a good idea, and I can see why it's a bad idea. But regardless, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.